One of the things I wanted to ask you, you mentioned you went to, a Trump rally in Coachella. What is your political evolution? Because a lot of people, myself included, like when people ask like what radicalized you, for me, it was COVID. I was
Yeah, for
pregnant
sure.
during COVID. It was Fauci. It was the lockdowns. It was the mandates. And I used to be like much more moderate. And then I was
Yeah.
just like, these people that are in power right now want to run my life and oppress me, and they don't love freedom, and they don't want people to actually make choices with their lives. And I got pretty radicalized. Was there a specific moment that that happened to you?
Well, definitely during COVID, a lot of it, all the mandatory vaccine stuff. Like, once you start making things mandatory, like you're losing your freedoms. And America's based on freedom of choice and pretty much anything. We have the freedom to choose anything. And as soon as, I personally never was vaccinated, and I'm making like fake documents so I can go out to dinner. And I was like, this is insane. And that's when I was really just like, this isn't okay. And I do personally believe that like they locked us down in a way to control
Same.
everyone. And, that's terrifying. You don't quarantine healthy people. And, the data set that came out right when that cruise ship first came out, it was like, if you have underlying issues, like COVID is going to be rough for you. But if you don't, you're going to be okay. And it just like, the fear factor of all of it, my grandparent being locked away from the grandparents and just like the loneliness. Also, I've worked in a creative field for 20 years. I didn't lose friends to COVID, so to speak, but I lost a lot of friends to accidental overdoses and like the other fallouts of being locked up and having, people that struggle mentally already and were separated from families and doctors and their regular ways of life. I just lost so many friends. It's gut wrenching to really go back and look at all of that. And, that's a huge part of the fallout. And, all the fentanyl, you trace that back to the borders. And it was just like every
Yeah.
single point of contact was mismanaged. And then they're telling you, like, if you don't believe us, you're the problem, you're the bad guy. And it was just the sort of psychological, it's I just don't know how anyone couldn't see straight through it.